COVID-19 has changed the game. There's no doubt about it. Usually during the Christmas season, customers will be huddled over discount tables and swapping stories about which store has the best deals. But with public health restrictions which now limit movement, customers are turning to a new alternative: online shopping. According to Excellent Stores CEO Alex CHONG, their physical stores have now taken on a different role.
Our physical stores became unofficial warehouses. So rather than operate directly from the warehouse alone, we operated the e-commerce and the online sales from all of our store locations and using those as fulfillment centers for our online sales.
For Excellent Stores, the transition to online sales was seamless since the company launched their service in 2014. But for the owner of Shoeaholics, JILLAN AIMABLE, the new system presented a challenge.
So a lot of us retailers, we are finding ourselves going online, but the sales are not what it should be because our customers are not equipped to engage that particular platform, and cash on delivery is another option, but it's so dangerous and it's so kind of iffy because it opens us up to being able to accept orders from anybody in the world.
While WePay and other platforms are available, an online debit card may be useful for customers who want other options. But Chief Executive Officer of RBC Financial Caribbean Limited, DARRYL, said a problem may exist with some banks' interface.
Most times the issue typically around use of debit cards online would come from how the system is set up to allow it to be used. So it might be on the bank side, but it might as well be on the side of the persons who set up the payment system on the side of the business. So there has to be some kind of conversation that takes place. Is it a good thing to use debit cards to purchase locally rather than go directly to the merchant? Absolutely. I absolutely endorse it. And I think it's a direction that we should be moving in.
And Mr. CHONG raised another shortcoming that he said may prevent businesses from expanding globally.
But one of the challenges that we do have shipping throughout the CARICOM is that although we have CARICOM agreements, we don't have the single market economy as of yet. So if I bring goods down from our suppliers from all over across the world, I have to pay duties and VAT once it lands here in Trinidad. And then once I send goods across to whether it be Jamaica or Barbados, they have their own different set of duties and VAT that applies.
Regardless of the limitations, customers are still shopping. Kenny Sports Centre continues to see an uptick in gym equipment sales, even though gyms are now open.
I think people are still not flocking to the gyms yet. They're still being very cautious, and so we still have equipment that is going out. As I said, people are still buying the dumbbells, people buying the weights to exercise at home.
While Mr. CHONG acknowledged that stationery and home supplies have been in high demand, he said makeup has been a top seller. He added that people in rural areas are also buying items.
We find that even people from Mayaro, Guayagayari, Manzanilla, Barrackpore, and even Tobago, they have been getting online and being able to do online sales as well. So there are increases right across the board, across the country.
So, how easy is it to order online? For Excellent Stores, it's as easy as clicking on the items and collecting at a store or utilizing TT Post. But other retailers say that while customers are given delivery options, at times they are the ones who are disadvantaged.
I remember driving 4 hours to see a young lady for a shoe that cost $100. The gas wasn't worth it, the driver wasn't worth it, the loader wasn't worth it, but you just want to make sure customers get what they want. And she changed her mind when I arrived at her house. Yeah, and it's happened a lot. And a lot of different retailers will be experiencing the same thing.
The consensus is, although the retail industry has its challenges, online sales like COVID-19 is the new norm, and all stakeholders will need to collaborate for the sector to survive. Kimberly De Souza, TTT News.